I say, yo,
I said, yo, what up, world? It's your boy Hollywood Meach.
Obliq the architect.
This is Talk to Me Tonight, the podcast where we ain't got one rule.
Hey man, talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. And make sure you
Hey,
fight
fight,
fair.
gotta fight fair, man. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Oh, what's up, brother?
Man, same shit. Staying out the way, trying to get to this money.
No, for real. But first off, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors, 850 alumni, Where the Coast. You ain't got to be a part of the 850 to rock the 850. Also, want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Tito's Cheesecakery. Take care of your taste buds with Tito's Cheesecake. And our other sponsor, Marathon Capital Investment. Invest wisely with Marathon Capital. What up with it, man?
I ain't nothing, man. Really just staying out the way, bro. I work hard, bro, and then I rest. It's playoffs, so I've been watching a lot of basketball, you know, and just getting to the money, bro.
Hey, well, that brings us to our topic today. Today's topic is what that money do. And I know y'all wondering what do that mean? What that money do? We're gonna be talking about, does money change you? The importance of money. How does money affect the people around you? And what should you do when you getting some money, or how you be acting when you ain't got no money? So I'm gonna let you run it. What that money do?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. To me, money don't change anybody. I've really never seen money change anybody. I've seen money expose people.
Hmm.
There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you become a different person when you get money. I had to learn how to make money, but I didn't become a different person when I got money. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? I became a more extreme version of who I already was. If anything, when success came, it actually exposed some of my demons
Mm.
because the focus then wasn't on, okay, how I'm going to pay these bills. It became on healing because the pain is still there. So I don't think that money changes people. It exposes, it reveals who you actually are. If you if you're a terrible person, poor, you're gonna be a way worse person when you get some money.
Hmm.
And so when you poor, you're gonna be an asshole.
Absolutely.
Get some money, you're just gonna be a bigger asshole. If you are
Absolutely.
if you give when you're poor, you're gonna be a philanthropist when you get money.
I agree, absolutely. And I also believe money shows you a lot of things. I don't think necessarily the money changes you. It just makes you a more exaggerated person of what you already are. As you said, to piggyback on what you said, if you're a giving person when you broke, you're gonna be a giving person when you have money. If you're an asshole, for lack of better term of the word, when you don't have money, when you get money, it's gonna be a bigger asshole. If you like to indulge in drugs and partying, when you get money, you're just gonna indulge even more. You know what I mean? You're gonna just
Yep.
be a bigger exaggeration of what you already are. But I do believe money changes the people around you. When you start getting a certain amount of money and doing different things and being in a different tax bracket, or your credit gets better, it changes the people around you. And I say that because one thing I always say is, when it comes to people even calling you to borrow money or calling you to ask you for things, if I didn't have this money, would you even call me? You wouldn't call me to borrow the money because I don't have it, right? So I believe it more or less changes the people around you. Not everybody, not the quote unquote real ones, but it does change your demographic and the people that are around you. Because once you start getting a lot of money, you start hanging with different people. Some people are just around you for the money, So I think it brings a lot of paranoia depending on what you're doing, how you're getting your money, where's your money coming from. But it definitely changes some attributes and things in your life when you get this money.
I think I'll double down on my original point. Just like
Um,
I don't think that money changes you, it reveals you. I think
mm,
it's the same thing with the people around you. I don't think it changes the people around you. I think it reveals the people around you. I think you find out if your woman's with you when you poor and she changed when you get money, that's who she always was.
right.
If your friend
Absolutely.
was with you when you was poor and he changed when you get money, that's who he always was.
Absolutely.
I don't think it changed them. That was already in them. They didn't just all of a sudden learn how to be fuck niggas.
Yeah, but see, when that money come into play, So you just saying the money exposes.
It reveals you. It
The
exposes the chinks in
the
your
money lets you know evil lurks.
yeah, the flaws in your character. And like I said, I'm not just talking about the people around you. And I think it reveals yourself to yourself.
Yes.
I dealt with a lot of trauma I didn't even know I had until I had time to deal with it. And the only reason I had time to deal with it is because I had the freedom that money gave me.
It was times we would talk about it and I would tell you because it was a time money was a big thing in your life, a big priority in your life. You know what I'm saying? When you were trying to get it together and get to where you are now. And you know it was conversation I'd be like, hey bro, that money ain't the end all be all, bro. It's not it ain't gonna fix your problems, it's gonna expose them. And what it does, like you said, and I love that word usage you use, it gives you the freedom. Now you can see you who you really are.
And that's
When
what
you got to look in that mirror.
And that's what people, when, successful people, you see them on TikTok and all the reels, and they talk about money, everything, your Will Smiths and all these other people, they talk about how they weren't happy and they had to define happiness. It's not to say that you shouldn't get the money. Go get the
Right,
money. Please go
right,
get the money because you're gonna feel different. But when you
right,
have the freedom to actually deal with your pain, you can
right,
like I didn't have a chance to heal when I was worried about how I was going to pay my rent.
right,
I didn't have a chance to heal when I was worried about how I was going to feed my kids. How I was even going to be able to afford to see my kids.
right.
Hey, don't talk to me nice. We're going to talk about real world situations.
Let's talk about it. Talk to me nice.
Yeah, we're not going to sit here and act like everybody's life is perfect. Everybody got their own challenges. But when you get the money problem out the way, now you have the freedom to deal with the real problems. The real problems are way bigger than the money, but you still have to get the money because guess what? Me having childhood trauma is a whole different problem when I don't know how I'm going to eat.
Mm, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree 100%. And one of my things, I always say, if for anybody that follows me on my Snapchat, I say, go get up and get you some money. And a lot of people be like, oh, all he talk about is money. All he talk about is money. It's a lot of it's a joke, but it's a lot of truth in jokes, right? Like example I'll use if somebody says, well, if you lose somebody, uh, money ain't gonna help you. No, money won't help me grieve, but it'll give me time to grieve. I can take time off my job if I got me some money. I can bury this person the way they need to be buried if I got me some money. It won't erase the pain, but it can ease it. It will put you in a position where you can deal with the pain in a better way. Because what if I got to deal with the loss of a loved one, but I ain't got money to pay these bills, so I got to go to work while dealing with the loss of a loved one. I can't afford to take this PTO, or I can't afford to do this and do that, or I can't. We struggling on how we gonna bury because he ain't had no insurance and we ain't got no money coming in. So how can I grieve properly? So money doesn't fix the problem, but it'll put some ease on the problem.
Man, we've talked about it on previous episodes about my the process I've gone through dealing with my
Mhm.
bipolar depression.
Yes.
That requires me to take medicine.
Yes.
My medicine is paid for by my insurance. I have to pay for that insurance.
Yes.
I have to go to therapy. Yes,
That costs.
there are free therapy options out there. Yeah, right.
Right. Right.
How many of y'all actually look for free therapy before? But there ain't a lot of options that's free, and it's usually never free. Um,
That's a fact.
but I have to go to therapy. These are things that I actually need for my health.
Right.
I can't do that without money. I can
Right.
spend money that I need for other things on therapy, but guess what? You know what in the real world takes priority over my mental health? My bills.
That's a fact. And bills gonna come
Without
regardless.
freedom that money gives me, I can't comfortably pay my bills and have extra money left over to take care of my mental health. My
Right.
mental health, for me, somebody like me, and if anybody's watching this going through this, I know you understand this. My mental health for me takes priority over my physical health. I can't even get physically healthy when my mind is fucked up.
That's right.
That's what money does on a positive level for somebody like me. When my kid has a problem, when my kid was sick, I was able to deal with that. I may not have
Right.
wanted to spend the money, but I had it to spend. When my car broke down, I may not have wanted to spend the money, but I had the money to spend. It's a different problem when you don't have money.
I was always taught save your money because one day it's gonna save you. You know, Kyrie, amen in that right there. If y'all hear him barking, he just amen in the settlement we speak. All
Yes,
right now. You know, save your money because one day it'll save you. And the thing about money is that, and one thing I want to piggyback on real quick and subway into is that a lot of people scream financial literacy, financial literacy, financial literacy, and a lot of people don't even know what that means. I preach financial responsibility because everybody ain't meant to be in the stock market. Everybody ain't meant to be entrepreneurs. Everybody ain't meant to do these things that we want to throw out there and because it sounds good and teach your kids financial literacy, teach your kids to invest and teach your kids to that. And my thing is teach financial responsibility and how you find and learn financial responsibility is seeing it. If your offspring sees you being wild with money or doing whatever and check to check, 9 times out of 10 they're going to do it too until somebody breaks the cycle,
right,
right? So when you hear me say about get you some money and be financially responsible, learn financial responsibility, learn to put back some and use some. You can still live a cool life. You can still travel. You can still do all that you want to if you learn how to budget. Be financial responsible. A lot of you'll see these gurus, oh, financial literacy, invest in homeowner, invest in this, invest in that, in the stocks, and do this. If you're not prepared to do that and you don't know how to do that, why would you even throw your money in that? That's not financially responsible.
right.
Learn money, learn how money works, then start these other things. So my big thing is financial responsibility. You know, don't because you have the money go out and get something just because you have it. One thing I do, I try to ask myself, with big purchases, can I buy this 3 times and it not worry me and it not bother me? Small purchases, can I buy this 10 times and it not hurt me? And if that answer is no, I'm gonna sit my black ass down somewhere until it's a yes. You understand?
I think the first step, because financial literacy, like you said, a lot of people don't know what that means, especially within our community. Um, but I think the first step of financial literacy in itself is the financial responsibility. My grandfather always said, don't save for emergencies, save for opportunities. If you don't even know how to save money, that's financial responsibility. If you don't even have the ability to save money,
Right.
what the hell is we talking about investing for?
That's a fact.
If you don't know how to create a budget, if you don't even know, bro, I literally had this conversation the other day with somebody because I was telling her that she needed to go through her bank statements to see what she's paying for. I said, I
Right.
guarantee you right now, you don't even know what's coming out of your account
Right.
because you don't go through your bank statements. A lot of times you might subscribe to some shit and forget you subscribe to it. You're not even using it no more, but that shit's still coming out your bank account because you're not going.
I, I
That's
am a I am guilty of that
that's a
entirely.
finance. That's financial responsibility.
Right.
Before we get to the literacy of investing and diversifying a portfolio and all these things, you got to know how to budget, and you got to at least at the smallest level know what the fuck's coming out your account. How are you
That's
getting a
real.
bank statement every month and you ain't went through it one time?
Right.
You got to know what's coming out your account because one thing I learned when I started going through mine, you know me, I always do an audit on my
Yeah.
account. You know me.
Hmm.
One thing I learned, bro, stuff be coming out and you don't even know what the hell it is because sometimes it don't even say what it is. It's a code, and you got to go
Right.
figure out what the hell that is. That little
Right.
3.99 that's coming out every month, that add up over time.
Right.
Little 24.78 that you don't know where it is, it could be some dumb shit that you don't even use.
Right.
That's what I'm agreeing with your point because I do believe in financial literacy. I do believe that it's your responsibility to manage your finances. And as you learn to break the cycle, as you learn these things, then it's your job to teach your children what you've learned because
Right.
you can't teach them stuff that you don't know.
Right. I just think that financial literacy word is just thrown around way too much and is used way too often in rooms and in things where people don't even know what that means or what that starts with. Because people be like, "Oh, I got an extra $100. Let me throw this in the stock market." Like, you know what I'm saying? And like that's what gets me with, all the gurus and all the whole loose talk of financial literacy. When
That's because you got a lot of people talking about financial literacy that don't even know what it means.
right,
But at the end
exactly.
of the day, financial literacy is not about investing in the stock market. Financial
It's
literacy is
not.
literally about what you're talking about. It's about being
Yes.
responsible with your money. And then once you have financial stability,
There you go.
then you find opportunity
Absolutely.
to invest.
Absolutely. And with me, I was just one of them. I mean, I've been pretty good with touching paper for a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? I've been bred it up for a little bit, but it was times when I was getting money, I was just young and dumb with it. So the quick as it'll come in, the quicker it'll go out.
Yeah.
It was like a revolving door. And I believe one of the biggest goals for me was when I stopped living what they call check to check, right? When that stopped, when it was like, we young part, you get paid on Friday, you're broke on Monday.
Yeah.
You got enough to pay bills, and you broke again. You get what I'm saying? There ain't nothing in your savings account. There ain't nothing in it. Once I reached the point where I wasn't doing that no more, everything kind of became easier then. And I also believe when you start getting money, you start making money, and you have responsibilities for real, that teaches you different ways of how to save your money and how to even spend your money. When you have different, if you got some kids, shit, I can't get that big bottle in here, and I gotta go get the E&J. But I still wanna get my little sip on though. But little mama needs some shoes.
Right.
So I still get this little sip though. I just gotta go get that E&J. And I can put back a dub and still get little mama some shoes. You get what I'm saying? Instead of going to get that Henny, that's $50. You get that thing for the 9.99. And it's a lot about. I think you had touched on it one time when you said we were talking about like Louis Vuitton and the Gucci and stuff, and I had said it make people think that if you ain't got it, you ain't shit. And you said something that was profound. No, it makes people think that with that, it makes you something.
Yeah, it was the other way around. It was the other way around.
Yeah,
The people you was talking about how people get those things to feel like they somebody and they market
right,
it. When I was talking about how they market it, and we were that was what we were talking about was the marketing of it.
right.
They market it. They don't market it to say get this Louis Vuitton and you'll be the shit. They market it
No,
in a way that says if you don't have this,
don't have
you
it.
ain't shit.
You ain't shit. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Ain't shit if you don't have it.
Right,
Don't have a Benz, you ain't shit.
right.
A little Kia, even though the Kias done step their game up.
Come on now.
Real talk. But they market luxury in a way it's an exclusivity thing. It's like you
Right.
be in this room, you gotta have this. If you're not in this room, you ain't shit. And the bottom line
Mhm.
is trust me, wealthy people they might have some Louis V and shit, but they in them rooms not because of the designer they got.
That's a fact.
They in them rooms because of the social class, privilege, generational wealth, knowledge, skill sets. Yeah, you can work your way into them rooms. You
Yeah.
can. But it ain't about them walking in with a Louis bag.
Right.
Because we
It's not.
and we specifically talk about our community because I don't know about you, but I've been
Mhm.
black every day I woke up my whole life.
I have. You can't hide this.
I've been black every day I woke up my whole life. And so
Right.
all I know is my community. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I see the mindset that a lot of us have. I don't forget where I come from, but I also am honest about our mindset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking down on us. I'm saying that if we want to get to where we say we want to get, mindsets have to shift. It starts with small
Mhm.
things. It starts with
Yeah.
small things. Man, you already know, bro. We're gonna pop a bottle, we're gonna drink, we're gonna have a good time. But we're gonna make sure that business get handled first. We're gonna make sure
I'm
that
I,
business get handled first.
al- always, and I'm a believer in being excited about your successes, celebrating your successes. You know me, I'm a believer in that.
Yep.
But I also know, hey, Hey man, that oil ain't greased, that oil ain't gonna spin.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
understand? And I'll be a fool to say I don't have anything that's designer. I don't have. Of course I do,
Right.
but I will tell you this: that Rolex tell the same time as that G Shock
Mhm.
or that Seiko. You understand? You have to start doing things. We as a people, as a community, and whoever this affects, we have to start doing things for what it is instead of for what it looks like. And the one thing about money, money can make you delusional if you're not aware, if you're not self-aware. That's the thing. And that's what that makes you the bigger exaggeration of yourself. If you a lame ass dude and you was lame as hell, right? Whatever you deem lame to be, because everybody got their own different definition of being lame, right? Or you wasn't getting no chicks and all this. Now you get money. If you haven't dealt with yourself and understood yourself why you were lame or dealt with that internally, you just gonna be a lame motherfucker with some money.
Yep. Yep.
If you was a piece of shit person and then you get money and you haven't dealt with the internal of why do I feel like this? Why am I this way? You just gonna be a piece of shit motherfucker with some money. And yeah, you may get girls and people may like you, but that shit is a false hubris.
You
And that's why you got people that's getting money that be having this money and they be, oh, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I don't feel myself. It's because you haven't sat down with yourself and been like, who am I? This money has put up this false wall of I'm bigger than what I am. And it has nothing to do with the outer world. It has to do with you.
facts. And that's what money can't buy happiness actually means. Because and you hear it from these people that get this money. You see people get successful and then they still kill themselves. You see all of these things like money cannot buy you happiness. Money reveals who you are, not
Yep.
just to the world, but to yourself.
Right.
Because if you ain't never been able to get a girl, and I'm not saying that's what makes you real or any of those things. I'm saying if the issue
No.
that
I
you have
know.
within yourself is you never felt attractive to women, and you get money, and you throwing money, you put money in the front to get women, and you get these women internally, you know this woman is only with me because of this money. So the issue
Right.
is still the same issue. The value that you have of yourself. Me and you have had conversations, and because we're very transparent people. I don't mind saying it to the world. You know some of
Right.
the internal struggles I've had with just my value because of
Yes.
what through in my life,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
valuing myself. It didn't, bro. You know, we ran the city, bro.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Got love everywhere I went, but it never
Yes,
changed how
sir.
I felt about myself. I had to go deal with that. Money just made it worse because now I know
Absolutely.
this love ain't real.
Absolutely.
I'm already dealing with the people that supposed to love me not loving me. And now I'm dealing with people I know don't love me.
Mm,
They showing me love because of what they think they can get out of me or what it means to stand next to me.
absolutely.
I still had to deal with the issue I had with the way I valued myself. It's the same thing with everybody else. Man, if you got trauma, you're gonna have trauma with money or without. The reason I say get the money is the money gives you the freedom to go deal with that shit.
Absolutely.
You still gotta
And
get
that and that's where the message is, ladies and gentlemen. Money should change your address. Money should change the way you see things. Money should change the way you value. But only you can change you. But with money, that gives you the freedom and the time to do those things, to seek out those things. Hey, you know what? I'm down. I'm quote unquote depressed. I need to take a trip and find myself. You can take with money, you can do that. And then when you get to the Bahamas, you get to wherever you at, you may realize, you know what? I ain't need no motherfucking trip. I'm just fucked up. I need to go see somebody. I need to go.
hey, sometimes you need that
But
trip.
I'm glad I
You need that
but I'm
trip,
glad
you
I
need that
came out here to
quiet so you
see
can
it.
hear God. You feel me?
You know what I mean?
Real.
So the thing about it, and I too battle with things of like, I need to be doing more. I need to get more. Because once you start getting money and obtaining money and you're able to help others, it makes you want to get more so you can do more. And money will have you where you stepping out of pocket and you reaching, you know. So the basis is thing. I guess what we're trying to say is, y'all, money is a very, very important thing, but it's also it's very important to know who you are when getting money, when dealing with money, because the true you will always shine through, no matter how much money you got. But if you get you some money, you're gonna feel better.
Tell you, I've been on both sides. As when I was young, I know what it's like to not have. I know what it's like to
Yeah.
have. I know what it's
Oh
like to
yeah.
lose it, have to start over, get it, lose it,
Oh yeah.
start over. I'm talking about over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know where I used to be at.
Yeah.
I had to call this man to help me get a job. I was so
Yeah.
up out here. You feel me? Like that's
Mhm.
real. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. My pride is okay with me saying that. Like I
Eh,
have to ask for help, and I went through that cycle so many times until it took me getting to a place where I'm like, you know,
Right.
I'm clearly doing something wrong, and I need to make this adjustment. You know what I'm
And the
saying?
thing about it, bro, it's not even pride though. It's something that's transparent. Transparent. Ugh. Transparency. Excuse me. We need that in our community too.
Yo,
We need that to be like, hey, I didn't start off at the top, bro. I done lost everything
no,
and had to get it back. You understand? I go through things on a daily basis. What's my worth? Am I doing enough? Am I doing right by everybody that I love? These are things that I go through too on a day-to-day basis. I get heavy sometimes. You understand? I get heavy. But I tell you one thing, when I don't got no money, I weigh a ton. The hell you talking about?
I mean,
You understand?
the prison system is full of people that had emotional responses because they were suffocating.
Yeah.
Suffocating. When I'm telling you, because yes, mental health is so important. Handling your trauma is so important. But when you have all of that on you and but you can't even survive, bro. Being broke is suffocating, dog. It was nice. I couldn't sleep, bro. I couldn't sleep because my financial situation wasn't right. And it wasn't about having money. It was about I can't take care of my kids. I don't even feel like a man right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even feel like a man. I can't even provide for these people I made, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's so important to develop a skill. Find you a way to make some paper, dog. I'm telling you, it's going to change the way you feel. You still going to have to deal with your bullshit.
Definitely gonna have
But
to.
I'm telling you, you're going to feel different. Still, please deal with your bullshit, though.
Right. Because money doesn't replace you caring for people, you being there. You can throw money, and what we're saying is this: don't be throwing money at fucking. Oh, I can't spend time with you, so I'm gonna throw some money at you. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't replace time. Money doesn't replace health. Because I guarantee you, right now, if you could dig up Steve Jobs and ask him, would you give up some of that money to be here? He gonna say yes. It's a lot of things that trump money, and I don't want people to get in hear this conversation and be like, "Yeah, money is it. I gotta get it. I gotta get it." Health is more important to me. Your family is more important. Love is more important. But you cannot be able to enjoy those things and be there fully if you don't have no money on. And you don't gotta have a lot of money on.
You
Dawg.
don't have to
Just
have a lot.
enough.
You don't
Just
have to have
enough
a
for
lot.
you.
You got
Just
to have
enough for
enough.
you.
You got to have enough where you don't have to think about it all the time.
Right.
And it's not even just about how much you have totally. It's about the stream of it. Do you have money
Yes.
coming in? Can if I need to take off a day and be with my daughter,
Yeah.
I do that.
Yes.
I'm always bring it back to my kids, man, because it was a big thing in my life. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was.
You know what I mean? Like,
It was.
can I afford to spend time with my children right now?
Right.
You know, and then we talk about what money do on the other end of the spectrum.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a we run out of time, but this might be have to be a two-part series. You know,
Right.
'cause on the other end of that spectrum, you got the evil that come from money. You,
Ooh,
it's a lot of evil that's attached to it
ooh,
too.
we're gonna get that in part two.
That got to be part two, man.
But it is because it's a lot. It's like I say, with the false hubris, with the things money can make people do, the things that'll make you do, the
Thing that
things
people gonna do
you
for it.
right. You have to be centered in everything. In all, we talking about getting you some money on, but you got to be centered, man. My my dad told me this one time, man. I remember I came to him and asked him to loan me some money as a young adult because my parents passed when I was young, as a young, teenager. And my dad told me just like this. He said, "Son, money ain't everything, but not having it is a major thing." He said, "I don't care if you only got $20. Make your $20 be your $20 and make that $20 work for you. You can't look at the next man's success and think it's yours. If you got $20 in your pocket, and that $20 good for you, make that $20 work." That's what we're saying. Make your money
As
work for
you said,
you.
and as you said, be responsible with it. Be responsible with your $20. But don't be looking at that man $20 like, damn, I want his $20. No, you got
Right.
$20. Be responsible with your $20.
Right.
You can't have $20 and have $40 appetite.
There you go. Come on now.
That
Come on now.
got to be responsible. And I do like that you say that financial responsibility. To me, financial responsibility is part of financial literacy. Financial stability is part of financial literacy. These are all things that we have to have, all things we need to be teaching our children and our friends. Like if you love somebody, bro, these are conversations. I swear to God, bro, we need to be having these conversations within our friend groups. Like
Yes.
if all y'all talk about is the game and these hoes and you in the wrong
Right.
friend group, dog.
That's a fact.
You need to be talking about you need to be in a friend group where y'all talking about opportunities and plans. Yes, you could talk
Right.
about the game too. Yeah, it's got to be.
Right.
But if y'all ain't never, I know you seen the real. He was snapped on the group chat with his family. He said y'all talking what y'all said. All this ain't nobody said nothing about no money. Nobody said nothing about no money. Y'all ain't never.
Right.
Nobody said nothing about a check. Y'all talking about a bunch of bullshit.
If you got partners, if you're in a relationship and you're not trying to help this person be better, you got these women talking about, oh, you got to pay all my bills, you got to do all this, and then when the nigga pull the rug out from up under you, you ain't got shit.
When's the
He
last time?
didn't ever care about you.
Yeah.
If you with me, I'm gonna put you up on some game. I'm gonna teach you how to do something. You're gonna get some money. When I leave, if I leave, you will be in a better situation than you were when I was there, and you're gonna be able to sustain on your fucking own. And it's not for me paying all your bills.
Real talk. And when's the last time, if you watching this and you have a significant other, you can write it in the comments. When's the last time you and your partner talked about y'all's financial goals or just y'all goals in general? When's the last time y'all talked about anything besides arguing or sex or taking the kids to school or what we eating tonight? Because I know y'all talk about that every day because you got to eat every day. But when's the
Not
last
even
time
every day.
y'all actually sat down? Do you have a meeting with your spouse, with your partner about what are we trying to do?
Right.
Like we got to be
Real
making
shit.
it better. It can't just be laying up in the bed and watching movies. It got to
Oh
be.
God.
When's the last time? Put in the comment. I'm interested. I'm interested to know, or just keep it to yourself and y'all talk about it. But really think about it. When's the last time y'all actually talked about financial goals, life goals, where we going? Is that a conversation y'all are actually having? Because if you're not, it ain't gonna work.
There you go. There you go. All that sunshine and rainbow shit now, hey. Cause let me tell you something about them bills. Them bills ain't racist. Them bills ain't prejudiced. Them bills don't care you're black, white, gay, straight, short, tall. Them bills don't discriminate, man. And they coming every month.
The easiest way to keep your relationship spicy and fresh and energetic is have a common goal.
I like when Shorty showed me the water bill and it done went down. That get me excited. That mean you care. That means the motherfuckers cutting the water off around here, man.
Real
Cut
talk.
these lights off. That's
What
what I
y'all,
like.
are y'all saving for something? What y'all saving for? What's the next thing? Where y'all trying to go? You trying to take a trip?
That's what I like.
Y'all
Save me some money, Shorty. That love. We go out to eat. You say, I got the tip. Woo! I'm gonna tell you up when we get to the house.
Man, look, man, I'm trying to. Hey, look, what she said. What somebody said. I want to upgrade you. If I'm with a woman, I want to upgrade her, but I also want a woman that can upgrade me. I don't
Yeah,
want to be
man.
all teach. Can
There
you
you
teach me
go.
something?
I'm digging in my pocket all the time. You just reaping the benefit. Then you get ready to leave me
Yeah, you a
because you done
bill.
found somebody else.
You just
Now
another
I'm
bill.
stuck.
You just
Ah,
another
man.
bill.
Right. And let me tell you something. I don't know how much time we got. I won't say this. We might kind of jump into part two. Fellas, I'm finna give you the game. If a woman really cares about you and rocks with you, there is no way in hell she gonna let you just pay for everything. She gonna make sure you seen about. She gonna get you some. She gonna make sure you eating too. She gonna buy you stuff. A woman that cares about you and likes you gonna spend on you. And if she not doing that, she don't like you for real.
I,
That's the game, fellas.
I agree.
That's the game. A woman that likes you, that cares about you, that loves you, it like you a little something, gonna spend on you.
All right, what's your final thoughts, man?
My final thoughts is get you some money or you done yon.
Hey, my
But
final
no, in
thoughts.
all actuality, my final thoughts is this, man. Money is very important in the life we live in because we live in a capitalist society. Money makes the world go around. Money makes the world what it is, especially in the United States of America. Get you some money, but be responsible when you get your money and take care of yourself so you can take care of that money.
My final thought is get you some money so you got the freedom to deal with what you really need to deal with.
And on that note, this is Talk to Me Nice. We're going to come back with a part two because we're going to indulge in the dark sides of money. But hey, get you some money on or you're done young. 850 alumni, where the coast?
Oblique the architect.
Hollywood meets. We out.